Welcome back to One Fan's Opinion. Did you get a chance to watch Australian Grand Prix this weekend? Let's get into this. Let's start off with one thing I did not notice was that this marks Lando Norris's 5th career win. Congratulations, Lando. Remember in last video I said that he's one to watch for? That is why. I mean, racing in the rain at the beginning of a season, still getting, to grips with your car. He did really well in my opinion. For those, I'm assuming if you're here, you know that you know the outcome of the race. Lando Norris came in first, Max Verstappen came in second, and George Russell came in third. Let's just get that right out of the way. Another thing I was impressed with was the fact that Max Verstappen, at the end of the race, went over and congratulated Lando Norris. Wow, give the man his flowers. Give the man his flowers. I had spoken about Daniel Ricciardo in the last video as well, and I was confused as to why I didn't see him in the race. One thing I have learned is that he's taking a little bit of a break because it looks as though he will be going to Cadillac in 2026 when Cadillac makes their debut in Formula One. Taking time off, I don't know if that's the best move. I mean, he's done it before, taking time off and come back and been amazing, but Father Time is catching up with all of us, so I don't know if that's the best move, but I wish him luck. Can't wait to see what he will do for Cadillac come 2026. The other interesting thing is, last year and the year before, Red Bull was complaining, they were cheating. They had adjustable rear flaps on the end of their rear spoiler. According to Article 3.15.17, you're not allowed to have your spoiler flex, the edges of the spoiler flex, is not allowed to move more than 2 millimeters under 75 kilograms of load. Well, interestingly enough, both McLaren and Ferrari were taking advantage of that, and they were in that gray area. I don't know how it's gray if there's a specific number put to it, but so it looks like between Australian race and the next race, which is in China, looks like the rules are being amended. The flaps are now not allowed to move more than 0.5 millimeters under 75 kilogram load. So that's redesigning because, I mean, if you've designed your vehicle to deal with that, you've designed your vehicle to deal with that. So now they're going to have to scramble and try to get things sorted. That'll be interesting to see who is able to and who is not able to get that under control. All right, so now there were 6 rookies racing this race. That's the most Formula One has ever had in the beginning of a season. So hats off to all of you for being able to do that. All right, Isaac Hadjar. Man, they went around to warm up the tires, formation lap, and he gave it a little bit of juice, and the rear got twitchy, and he ended his race. I feel bad for that guy. You work all this time, clearly he wears his heart on his sleeve. Tried so hard to get a little bit of heat into those tires, and was just the wrong time in the wrong place. One thing that was cool was that Anthony Hamilton, Lewis Hamilton's father, went out and found him, lifted his spirits a little bit, told him to keep his head up, and, this isn't the end, which was very nice. So, salute to you, Anthony. That was really cool. Class act. Jack Doohan on lap 1 lost control, and well, that was his race. Carlos Sainz, even though he wasn't a rookie, his car went out, but it kind of looked like a suspension broke, and then he slid out of control into a wall. He's okay. All of these guys are okay, but ego hurts, I'm sure. Fernando Alonso on lap 34. Kind of the same thing happened. Got a little bit of the water. I believe he touched a little bit of the paint on the edges of the track because the track is partially a road, a daily used road that has been adjusted for the Formula One. Slid off, crash. Fernando Alonso. Oscar Piastri in lap 45 slid across the grass, just narrowly missed Max Verstappen, who was third, and then went across the track into the grass and looked like he had beached himself. He was trying and could not get away. And then I guess he thought, well, the weight is over the drive wheels, so like a front-wheel drive vehicle, let's use that to our advantage. Threw it in reverse and was able to edge his way back to the track. Awesome job there, Oscar. Way to go. Smart thinking. But he fell from 2nd place to 9th place. place. He was in 10th and overtook Hamilton in the last lap to take 9th place, and did it on the outside through the water. So two things. One, he's extremely comfortable with his car. Two, Hamilton clearly is not comfortable with his car, because that should not have happened. Liam Lawson on lap 47 lost control, and that ended his race. These are out of 57 laps. So he was on 47. Man, so close. And Gabriel Bertoletto, trying to get that name down pat. I'm having trouble, but I'm trying. On lap 47, he lost it and ended his race. Man, that sucks. However, Andrea Antonelli finished his race. Way to go. That is a guy I will be keeping my eye on, because I mean, as a rookie in the rain, was able to hold it together and finish the race. Good job, sir. Hats off. So next race is China. What will happen? Well, my eyes are going to be on Lando Norris, Max Verstappen, George Russell, and Oscar Piastri. Let's see who can climb up into this foursome. I expect this race that Max will take it, and the reason why is because he does not like to lose. None of these guys like to lose, but he has something to prove, and I think Lando will be second. Third, I don't know, but I'm expecting Hamilton to be at least 6th or 7th, and Leclerc to be 1 ahead. Let's see what happens here, guys. All right, that's my take on this race this past season. This past week. Let's go, guys. Cheers. Who's your money on this race for China? Am I right? Am I wrong? Do you have someone else you think that will do better than this lot? Will it rain? A nice sunny day. I don't know. But F1 is here. The season has begun. Let's go.